You ever notice how things used to be built different? I'm not talking about some romanticized past. I'm talking about weight, substance, metal that had density to it, wood that remembered the tree it came from. I restore clocks for a living now, antique pieces. When I hold a gear from 1890, I can feel the craftsman's intention in my palm. It was made to last, made to serve a purpose beyond the man who forged it. Now, everything's lightweight, plastic, disposable, including respect. The old-timers, the ones who built this country with their hands, who understood that a handshake meant something, who knew that your word was the only currency that actually mattered, they're still out there, driving slower than the speed limit, saying please and thank you to strangers, using turn signals, and the world treats them like obstacles. So let me ask you something. What do you do when the noise gets so loud that it drowns out everything decent? When arrogance has a price tag but no consequences? You listen closer. Henry came into my shop on a Thursday. 74 years old, calloused hands, the kind of man who still tucks in his shirt even when he's just going to the hardware store. He didn't come for a clock. He came because my shop is quiet, and he needed to sit down. His granddaughter was with him, Emma, 8 years old, arm in a sling. He didn't want to talk about it at first, but I've learned that silence is a tool. You let it sit long enough, and people fill it with truth. The story came out slow. 2 days prior, Route 58, late afternoon. Henry was driving his 1970 Ford F-100, his late wife's truck. He had restored it himself over 3 years. Pale blue, chrome that caught the sun just right. Emma was in the passenger seat. They were going to get ice cream. A neon green Porsche came up behind him. Not just fast, aggressive. Henry was doing 45 in a 50. The Porsche rode his bumper so close, Henry could see the driver laughing in his rear view. 3 kids, early 20s, designer sunglasses, the kind of boys who've never been told no by anyone who mattered. They swerved around him, cut him off, slammed the brakes. Henry had to jerk the wheel. The F-100 fishtailed. Emma hit her arm against the doorframe. Hairline fracture. The Porsche stopped. All 3 got out, filmed Henry on their phones, called him an old bastard who shouldn't be allowed on the road, kicked his door, left a dent in the pale blue paint his wife had chosen. Then they drove off. Henry filed a police report. The officer was polite, said unless there was major damage or a witness, there wasn't much they could do. So Henry sat in my shop, and Emma sat next to him with her arm in a sling. And the world kept spinning, like nothing had broken. But I heard it. That tiny click. The sound a gear makes when it slips out of alignment. I told Henry I'd keep an ear out. He nodded. Didn't ask what that meant. Men like Henry understand that some things don't need explaining. It took me 4 hours to find him. Money leaves a trail if you know where to look. Not a digital trail. I don't do computers. I do people. I visited 3 valets, 2 bottle girls, and a barback who owed me a favor from another life. The Porsche belonged to a kid named Trent. Trust fund. Father owned a chain of dealerships. The car was a graduation gift. 22 years old, and he'd never worked a day that produced sweat. They spent Wednesday nights at a private club downtown. The kind of place where a vodka soda costs $40 and everyone pretends they earned it. I went on Wednesday. I didn't go inside. I stood across the street. Watched them pull up in the neon green Porsche. Watched the valet treat it like a museum piece. Watched them walk in wearing sneakers that cost more than Henry's monthly Social Security check. I gave him 2 hours. Then, I walked to the valet stand. The attendant was young, bored. I slipped him $200 bills and told him to take a long break. He didn't ask questions. The club had an underground garage, private. Concrete pillars, low lighting. The Porsche was parked in a reserved spot near the elevator. I waited. Elevators make noise. Laughter makes noise. Entitlement makes the most noise of all. I heard them before I saw them. They came out stumbling, drunk but not sloppy, loud. One of them was talking about a girl he destroyed on the dance floor. Another was scrolling his phone, barely looking up. Trent had his keys out, spinning them on his finger. They saw me standing next to the Porsche. "Yo, old man, you lost?" I didn't answer right away. I looked at the car, ran my hand along the hood. The paint was flawless. The engine probably purred like a $200,000 kitten. "Nice car," I said. Trent grinned. "Yeah, it is, so maybe don't touch it." I looked at him, really looked at him. 22, soft jaw, eyes that had never seen consequence. "You know a man named Henry?" Silence. Then one of the friends laughed. "The old dude in the shitty truck? That was hilarious, bro." I nodded. "You put his granddaughter in a sling. She's 8. Trent shrugged. "Maybe Grandpa should learn to drive." I took a breath. "I'm going to give you one chance. Apologize. Pay for the girl's medical bills. Fix the dent in his door. And stay off Route 58. The three of them looked at each other. Then they started laughing. "Or what, old man? You gonna call the cops?" I didn't answer. I just took off my glasses, folded them, slipped them into my coat pocket. And I closed my eyes. Here's the thing about violence. Most people think it's chaos, rage, loss of control. They're wrong. Real violence is rhythm. The garage had a ventilation system. Old building. The fan had a loose bearing. It clicked every 1.2 seconds. Click, click, click. I let my breathing sink to it. Trent made the first move. Shoved me. Tried to. I sidestepped on the click, used his momentum, took his wrist, hyperextended the elbow. The joint doesn't bend that way. The snap was clean. He dropped. The second one swung. Wide. Telegraphed. Anger without training. Click. I caught his fist, pulled him forward, drove my palm upward into his nose. Cartilage is just soft bone. It crumpled. He went down gagging on his own blood. The third one ran. Not away. Toward the car. He thought he'd drive off, call for help, maybe run me over. I moved faster. Click. I grabbed him by the back of his designer jacket, slammed his face into the Porsche's hood. Once. Twice. The expensive paint cracked under the impact. His teeth left a smear. I let him drop. Then I turned to the car. They loved it more than they'd ever loved a person. So I made sure they understood what loss felt like. I took Trent's keys, started the engine, revved it once. Then I drove it into a concrete pillar. Not fast, controlled. The front end crumbled. The neon green paint spiderwebbed. The headlights shattered. I reversed, drove it into the pillar again. And again. Each impact timed to the click of the fan. When the engine finally died, I stepped out, walked back to where they were lying. Trent was crying, cradling his arm. I crouched next to him. "The girl's name is Emma," I said quietly, "and you're going to remember it." I stood, put my glasses back on, and walked out. 2 days later, Henry came back to my shop. He had a strange look on his face, confused but lighter. "You hear something?" I asked. He nodded. "Someone left an envelope at my house. Cash, exact amount for Emma's bills, and a check for the truck repair. Anonymous." I adjusted the gears on the clock in front of me. "That's good," I said. "You know anything about that?" I didn't look up. "World's full of surprises, Henry." He watched me for a long moment, then he nodded. "Guess so." He left. The bell above my door chimed, and the shop was quiet again. People ask me why I do this, why I don't just let the world eat itself. The truth? Because someone has to listen. Underneath all the noise, all the entitlement, all the cheap metal and hollow words, there's still a rhythm, a balance. And when it breaks, when some piece of human garbage decides that kindness is weakness and age is irrelevant, and an 8-year-old's arm is just collateral damage in their joke, someone has to make the adjustment. I don't do it for gratitude. I do it because a world without consequences is a world where nothing means anything. And I was raised to believe things still mean something. So, I'll keep listening. And when the gears slip, I'll be there. What about you? You ever seen someone get away with something they shouldn't? You ever wish the universe kept better books? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about balance.